Ooh. Ho, ho, ho. It's everyone's favorite dynamic duo. It's Dom, a.k.a. the Duke of Funk. And it's Tim, a.k.a. Santa. Dom, have you been a good little boy this year?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
I'm not believing you now.
I've shaved. I've cut my hair, so no one knows that how naughty I was beforehand. Because no one
You
could tell.
you have shaved. You have cut your hair.
It's like I'm in witness protection from Santa.
It's witness protection because you know what? We're all giant fans here, and we're all morons because you know we have to be to follow this team. Oh, I see Mike Lee is in the room. You know he's been naughty. So is Zachary. Oh my God, the naughty, the nice. We're gonna be giving away fun stuff today. We're gonna be giving away some bugs. We're gonna be giving away some mouse pads. We're going to talk about the Giants. We're going to talk about the holidays. We're going to talk about everything under the sun. Look, I'm even putting my Santa gloves on because you have to have Santa gloves. Well, I promise I don't think I can touch the mouse with the Santa gloves.
I did see them and start to worry about what you might have been doing before we went live, to be honest. But it's a family show, so we won't go further.
Dom, bend over and cough. I didn't know this was a family show. Oh, my God, it's a family show. Did anyone know this was a family show? Tim, Dom, what do you think of Jake from State Farm? What do you think, Dom? We're going to go off the questions right off the bat here. What do you think of old Jake, Dom?
Well, I've never met him.
Wait, first of all, did you see the highlights?
Yeah, I saw quite a lot of a game, actually. I managed to watch most of it on Sunday evening, actually. What did I think of Jake? I don't understand why he's got. You know, I don't necessarily think he's got the ability to be the starter long term, but here's a chance to win the backup job. He's definitely better than Glennon. I thought he showed he got rid of the ball quick. I thought he was relatively accurate. Lacks the arm, obviously. I think anyone can see that. But yeah, let's give him a chance to win the backup job, like going forward. Because I mean, at this point, almost anyone's better than Mike Glennon.
Santa agrees with that. Afghanistan, baby. Oh, yeah. Welcome. What's going on, my friend? Hope everyone's doing well. Oh, we got Mike Lee, of course, in the house saying, this is why baby Saquon ran away. It was the gloves. It was the gloves. You know what the problem is? You know, here we're gonna get, as Don would say, we're gonna get Randy here. We're gonna get Randy. So here we go. Bend over and cough. That's what's going on in this house. I'm sorry. We're just going a whole different direction over here because you know what? I just go where the comments follow. I don't do anything else. Here's James Williams jumping into the house. What's up, Tim? What's up, Dom? What's up, Room? James, of course, I was just chatting with him a little earlier today. Everything's going well over there in James Land. Everything's going well here. Okay, Dom. We restructured the contracts of Jalen Smith and Riley Dixon. We talked about this off the air a second.
Evidently, wasn't it? We restructured.
We signed Jaron Williams. We signed Jalen Smith. Evidently, we were over the salary cap. So, you know what Santa said? You've been naughty, Kevin Abrams. We should hire you as the general manager because you're too stupid to know how to manage our cap. Dom, can you make this shit up?
Sorry,
I shouldn't curse.
Sorry, my children are asleep, so I just need to go and find a cushion to go and scream into. I mean, Rudolph probably getting cut. Dixon. I mean, at this point, I'd rather.
Wait, which Rudolph? My Rudolph or the Rudolph on the Giants?
I mean, right now, I'll take your Rudolph. I mean,
honestly, he's having a better season.
Yeah. I mean, Riley Dixon has got to be amongst the worst punters in the league. I mean, at this point, I'd be prepared to give myself a go out there, giving punting a go. I mean, obviously not. Let's be serious. But I mean, Riley Dixon is being terrible and is massively overpaid. And we're restructuring. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get the get back under the cap.
But we're restructuring and pushing money out into 2022 for two guys.
Loads of 2022, so it's fine.
Two guys that we're gonna cut before then, and I love it because even though you cut them in 2021, or that cap money's not going away. That dead cap space will still be there.
Yeah.
It's not going to disappear. It's not like Santa where, you know, you just sitting there and you're magically doing things. It's just not going to. See, Santa disappeared, but now I'm back. But that's not how the cap works.
Were you pretending to be our cap space for 2022? Disappear.
I think that
you might need to leave it longer before you come back.
I think that's exactly what I was doing, because at this point in time, it just doesn't make any freaking sense. I mean, somebody give me something, give me some hope about this team. I mean, anything, because like I said, this is Kevin Abrams, and he goes, "Oh, we have all the cap space in the world."
You mean our next GM?
There he goes. We have no cap space. Look, now it's magically reappearing. Why? Because I'm Kevin Abrams, and I put us in cap hell twice.
Here's a strategy. Just imagine, just off screen in front of me is a dartboard. Okay. Here's a dart. Right, that's the person we're restructuring today.
Oh my God! All right, we got from number 1, Lewerke, number 2, and everyone knows I love Lewerke because I want to Lewerke it. Come on, baby, let's work it. Come on, come on. That's just.
I mean, this is why everyone's tuned in to see old white men twerk.
I'm not twerking.
Well, you might be. We just can't see it.
If I twerked, you would be impressed. I'm just throwing that out there. Not that I'm going to twerk, but you would be impressed.
I mean, impressed, sure. That's one adjective. I can think of plenty more.
If I didn't break a hip. I know it's early to say, but I see a quarterback competition next season, even though Watson or Wilson is here. There's a chance that DJ will end up being the third stringer. I think he could end up being cut, but I don't think that's going to happen. But in my philosophy, Dom, you can't pick up his $21 million option in May. You got to let it slide. If he plays well enough and balls out in year 4, you then sign him. But you can't pick up that option. Me, like I said, I don't want him. Don't want him. Don't like him. Don't need him. I feel bad for him if he hurt with the neck injury. But I just don't. I don't want it.
You can't pick up the 5th-year option now because of that neck injury, and that's potentially life-changing, life-altering for the guy.
And I can't go year 4 not knowing what my quarterback is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in a world where you say Daniel Jones is the Messiah, Daniel Jones is the future of this organization, I don't think that. But until you know the full extent of that neck injury, you don't pick up the 5th-year option. And if he does really well next year, as you say, you sign him. It's not like you can't sign him. And most teams wouldn't be going into year 5 if they knew they had a franchise quarterback with that. If we picked up the 5th-year option, going to pick up the contract, then you're not going to. You're going to do it in year 4. So I don't pick up the 5th-year option.
You can't.
I can see a world where you roll with him as your quarterback next year if you don't like anyone in this year's draft, but he's not the future of this franchise.
No, he's not. And at least the red-nosed reindeer has the clutch gene. You're right, because when it's snowing and it's you need him, he's there.
When the chips are down, he's
Rudolph.
He's Josh Allen. After that.
He's Josh Allen. What's going on, Kareem? How you doing today? I'd bring in a damn journeyman FILA player in here before I brought Dixon back again. Dom, here you go.
Yeah. I mean,
there you go. I think
anyone right now. Johnny Wilkinson, get him out of rugby retirement.
I think we give Dom a shot. Why not? Give Dom a shot. Why not?
Anyone to see me kick a ball? I tell you what, seriously, I showed my under 7s how to take a penalty the other day, and they were really impressed. They're like, wow, you put that right in the top corner. That's amazing. Didn't have the heart to tell them I was aiming for the bottom corner.
Okay. Here, wait a minute. I got a quick impression for you. Ready? Ready for this impression? Are you ready?
Sure.
And you have to guess who it is. Jake Fromm throwing an out. Throwing an out pattern.
I did. You know what? Your hand was actually off camera, so I didn't see anything.
Oh, sorry. Here we go.
I'm going to go. That was Jake Fromm.
That was Jake Fromm throwing an out pattern. I swear to God, the ball he threw to Kenny, I think it took 47 and a half minutes to get there. Because you were watching it. And Kenny was like, oh, here's the ball. I got to catch it now.
Presumably, Kenny G had time to drink his free medium soda.
He probably did, which was flat. We got our old buddy here saying, cut Jones. Cut him. Why not? Cut him. Cut him. Cut him. Get rid of him. Dumb. Do you think the Giants will try to make Jones retire? Now, they had Dave Wilson, who retired because of the spinal stenosis. That was a different reason they made him retire. I think it's going to be more under the assessment of what these specialists are saying. I would be potentially be more concerned if I was Daniel Jones, if I've gone to 3-4 different spinal specialists and they've all said the same thing, that you're not clear for contact.
Yeah, I think Daniel Jones is a smart enough kid to work out for himself, and I think he's probably a stronger, for all his faults on the field. I think he's probably a strong enough personality to stand up and do what he wants to do. Whether that ends up with him then being cut, if he's decided he wants to stay and try and play on, and we don't want to roll with him, then fine. But I think he knows. I think he will make decision on what he wants to do, regardless of pressure from anyone in the organization.
I agree. If we hire Kevin Abrams as GM, can we get all Giant fans to boycott the home games? Because that's going to be a hard Pepsi to swallow. Oh, James, I didn't even read that one. Hold on. Because that's going to be a hard Pepsi to swallow. I'm sorry. Didn't read that one. I usually read them ahead of time so I can get sound effects coming out when I didn't read. What do we got here? Oh, Zach Froll pumped the ball more than 18 yards. I'm just reading comments.
I mean, in fairness, Jake Fromm, I'm not going to get excited. I'm not going to say he's the Messiah or anything like that, because I don't think he is. But I do think there were elements of how we played with limited exposure in the game against a defense that didn't need to worry too much. I thought there were elements of the game that were quite nice, but like I say, I think it's backup level rather than starting caliber.
Mike Lee's got a great question. Don't want this to happen. But what happens to the cap if DJ retires? That's a great question. You know what happens? They have what they refer to as an injury exemption. So they will potentially be on the hook for the bonus money. They will not be on the hook for the salary if it was retired. Dude, if they come out and say to him that you have to retire, you cannot play, there would be an injury and exemption. But I believe the bonus money still is on the books for the first year, so should be 2020. What are we? 2022. 2022. Mike Lee, you never answered the question. Most people don't know this, but I think I threw Mike Lee out of a club once in Philly in '93, which we just found out on the other stream. But Mike, you never answered the question. Have you ever had a Red Death? And it's a drink, because we were talking about kamikazes, which is a shot here in the Americas. And I said to him, one of the Philly drinks, especially around that time, was referred to as a Red Death. And you never answered the question if you had a Red Death. Oh my God. How does Santa do this?
Have you just had a Red Death?
I think I'm having a Red Death. How the hell does Santa do this? There's a fat elf getting himself in there. Oh, we got to jump over to Rusty Nails, because, of course, we got a nice for the kids. He always got two pictures of his kid. And all kids call super chats. Go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. I was going to say it goes to the kids. Praying Jake Fromm surprised us all. Reminds me of Chad Pennington, who had a very weak arm, but very accurate. And that is 100% true. I'm hoping he's more Drew Brees. The problem is Drew Brees played in the dome. So, I mean, Chad Pennington, of course, Jet quarterback, had a good run with the Jets, had a pretty good run with Miami as well. Very weak arm. Very weak arm. Do you remember Chad Pennington, Don?
No, I don't. I mean,
number 10 with the Jets, number 1 in your hearts.
The comparison I had in my head sort of was more recent, which is, someone like in terms of weak arm, but can have a successful career. It's someone, not like Super Bowl winning, but someone like Andy Dalton or even Tua. But
Andy Dalton doesn't have a weak arm. That's why they call him the Red Rifle.
I didn't mean. Sorry, I don't know. I don't know why.
They didn't call him the Red Pop Gun.
Yeah. I was talking about recent. Of course, yes, that was a poor example. Tua, though, is the one that sort of most sort of instantly sprang to mind. Yeah. And you can be successful, but I think that's part of the reason why Miami were looking at alternative options earlier, and probably still are, because they worry about that the arm. As well as his injuries, obviously.
I just remember in preseason Insider saying Jones will struggle against the Giants defense. Yeah, he's got to go. Jones in the preseason struggled against the first team units of both the Browns and New England, the first team defenses. So, I mean, that should have been an issue, right? And that was just in training camp, and those are in controlled scrimmages.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason you would go with Daniel.
Do I need to hold up a sign, Dom, that says "talk here"? You're a little slow today.
I think the connection's a bit slow, actually.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a connection.
I keep losing you sort of momentarily for a few seconds, but Yeah, the only reason you roll Daniel Jones next year is if you don't like a quarterback and you just think we're not going to be great next year because we haven't got the salary cap and we're going into full rebuild, and we'll look to take one in 2023. But he's not the answer.
Go after Russell Wilson, fire Joe Judge. Do you think Russell Wilson would change anything with this organization if we got him next year?
It'd certainly be an upgrade.
I understand that football-wise, he would be an upgrade, and he has had some horrid lines in Seattle. So the question is, I mean, I personally said, and I said it in a couple of videos, that if he was on this team now, we would probably have 6-7 wins. What do you think about that, though?
I think that's probably right. I think he, like you say, he's played behind poor lines before. He's clearly an elite quarterback. I think he brings a sort of winning mentality. I know they've only won the one Super Bowl with him, but sort of that Brady-esque. Here's someone you can rally around. But I think he does bring some baggage. He does know what he wants, and he's not afraid of going to ask for it. I think the issue is I'm not sure we can afford to bring him in, and even if we do bring him in, I'm not sure that he necessarily fits the trajectory of the team, because I'm slightly concerned that he's not going to have a Brady sort of 40, 41, year old. I mean, I could be wrong. I just don't see it. And I think as the team starts to get good around him, he would then be potentially on the decline. And that's why I prefer a younger one, even though I think Russell Wilson is star quality.
Do you think Detroit here would take Daniel Jones for a 5th round pick? They have their own version of Daniel Jones and Jared Goff.
But don't think so. No, I think
they would also have to pick up $21 million.
Yeah, I was going to say, and with the Goff money, I don't see that. And why would you pick up Daniel Jones at 21 million as your backup quarterback? Or even if he was your starter over Goff, you still got Goff's money there. So I don't think so.
Didn't have the pleasure. No red deaths for likely. Okay. Oh, Alabama slammers and a kamikaze. Haven't had an Alabama slammer in a year. Years. That's what I'm going to go with. In years. Had a few of those back in the 90s. That wasn't me, though. Let's see here. Let's go. Is there not some hidden gem of quarterbacks bagging groceries or parking cars somewhere that we could sign? I don't think there's any Kurt Warners right now in the Piggly Wiggly or the AMP or the Acme. I don't think there's any, or whatever supermarkets Dom's has, the Royal Queen's, Her Majesty Secret Spice supermarkets.
One of our supermarket chains does have the Royal Crest, actually.
I'm not shocked. I'm not going to be shocked about that. Why wouldn't it? I like this one. Andy Dalton, the red BB gun.
Yeah. I was having a moment. Let's be frank. I was having a moment.
Let's just be honest.
I had Chicago Bears on my mind.
Let's just be honest. We as Giant fans would pray for a red BB gun or the Red Ryder BB gun from the movie Christmas Story. We would pray for that because right now we got the giraffe, Mr. Injured, and I can't throw the ball more than 7 yards. I was always wondering this, and I don't think Dom can. Is there no place in MetLife right now that we have Eli Manning behind a glass and says break in case of an emergency? Because this would be a perfect time to break that glass. I mean, I think Eli could come in and do better, except he lost a lot of weight. He looks in better shape than he did when he was playing.
I think that would have come under the heading of wishful thinking to have a prime Eli Manning back.
Listen, I'll take it anything I got. Hey, Tim is a little slow working those levers.
That's what she said.
Oh, that was pretty quick.
That's what she said.
2 in a row.
That's what she said.
See. I'm there. I'm there. We have the best insurance salesman in the NFL. Oh, wait, that's our quarterback. You know, I can see Dale Jones now. Blue 68. Omaha. I can get you $500 off that deductible on your next homeowner insurance policy. That would be Daniel Jones. No, I'm not, and like I said, I'm not hoping his career's over. In any regards, I love Tom. No.
I mean, we both
just hope he doesn't play for the Giants. No. No career not over. No, play for the Giants. No.
I'm just stuck on record. All I can say is no. But we said it consistently. We all hope Daniel Jones is the answer, because if he is, then the team can go forward. If he's not, then we are where we are now.
So I was going to say we're not any better than we are now.
No, exactly. I mean, but had he been the answer, this team would have been a heck of a lot better this year. And I'm not all blaming that on Jones, by the way. I think there were a multitude of issues.
It's Daniel Jones at the 5. It's Daniel Jones at. Never mind. Who's slow on the buttons now, Mike Lee? Sorry. Oh, sorry. There's something seriously wrong with me. Isaiah, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? Hope everything's going well. We're having the big holiday special. We are going to be giving away. I have a couple left. Dom, I even sent you one. It is the King of the Almost Sack mug. These are not available in store. These are not available anyplace else. You can only get them here as giveaways on Online Big Blue. And any likenesses are strictly coincidental. Just throwing that out there. What do we got over here? Online Big Blue Sports. That's me. Here's a name that would a person of interest. Huntley backup for the Baltimore Ravens. I don't think Huntley's going to go away. I don't think he's leaving Baltimore. I think with the issues that Lamar Jackson has and the way he's been playing and the way Huntley's been playing, I don't think he's going to leave. What do you think, Dom? You think that Baltimore would be crazy enough to get rid of him? Are you still awake?
Yeah, I'm still awake.
Just check.
No,
just double checking.
Look, I think he's probably deserving of being eligible to compete for a starting job. But I'm not sure the Ravens will want to trade him, as you say, with Lamar's injuries, and he's playing really well. So I think he'll want to stay. And it's a team that he might feel could go to a Super Bowl. I don't. I've always felt the Ravens is just something missing. They've got talent, but I've always felt that they're just not a Super Bowl team.
That's why I have you. Something was missing from this show. I have talent, but I needed something else.
I think we established earlier, I'm like on the presidential ticket. I'm sort of here to shore up your vote in the 51st state.
I needed my saucy sidekick. That's what I needed. Thank you for the super chat, Zachary. Of course, all super chats go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. The signing of Nate Ebner is a fireable offense. Why? Why Nate? I mean, why, Dom? We've talked about this. What does Nate, and I don't want to get into it, but what does Nate Ebner bring to this team that he is so valuable that for 2 seasons, he needed to hold up a roster spot?
He's an Olympian. He has photos of Joe Judge.
I think we've established that once before.
Next question.
Next question is, why is Nate Ebner a Giant?
I mean, when he's taking up a bottom end roster spot, at that point, I'd rather have versatility, and he doesn't bring it. So it makes no sense other than the fact he's a Joe Judge guy, and the special teams aren't exactly, with the exception of Gano, playing lights out. Right?
That's the problem, though. It's not like we have a good special teams.
No, and you know, it's not all Nate Ebner. Again, there is a multitude of issues, but he shouldn't be taking up a roster spot. It's ridiculous.
But if he's our special team guru, our special teams guy.
Well, it'd explain a lot.
Yeah, well, that's true too. That's true too. What do we got here from T-Brad? T-Brad, Jake Fromm, the next Willie Beeman.
Gotta get to work.
Oh yeah. Who's slow on the mic now? Not me. You know why?
Come on. My name is Willie. I keep the ladies creaming, and all my fans got screaming. You can defeat me. You're dreaming.
Sorry. I'm going for that lip sync contest called the lip sync contest show. Sorry. I have to amuse myself.
As long as you're having fun, that's the main thing.
I always have fun in life. You can't have fun in life and just goof around and be a nut. What the hell is it there for? It's there to have fun. Let me see here. Oh, geez, what do we got here? The Giants are going into 2022 with Abrams Judge Jones is the equivalent of a medium Pepsi. I saw that one. I've seen that one on YouTube, and I saw that not on YouTube, on Twitter, and I saw that. No, someone posted it on my comment section. I think Zach posted it on my Zach. I love that comment. Because you wonder why the Pepsi's flat.
Can I take the medium Pepsi?
I have the medium Pepsi instead, please.
Oh, if this was Sophie's Choice, it would be a lot shorter movie.
Oh, I could do it in that. Now I could do it. I just thought about it. Please, sir, may I have some more Pepsi?
It's a new and improved version of Oliver.
It's Oliver Twist. It's Oliver Pepsi Twist. Thank you, sir. All super chats go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Should we get the Ravens Tyler Huntley? If yes, what would you get up for? Also, will he be doing the salary cap? I will do a salary cap video. I've done a salary cap video. I did a salary cap video, Dom, like 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And it was brilliant. I am not going to lie. You watch other people's salary cap videos, or you go to salary cap things on Twitter. They're all wrong. I'm right.
You're actually remarkably accurate for someone that doesn't normally do
math.
What's your view on Huntley, by the way?
I would take him. I don't think the Ravens would give him up. I mean, if you threw a first-round draft choice at him and it's in the top 10, yeah, they'd give him up, but they're not going to give him up for a second. They're not going to give him up for a fourth. They might give it. They might, if you give like the equivalent of a 2 and a 4 and maybe something else, and maybe like a 7th-round pick, they might do something like that, but they're not going to get with the like Daniel Jones with Lamar Jackson recently, with the unknown factor of injuries and his ability to stay healthy. And Tyler is showing that he can play. Why would you get rid of him? I mean, that makes no sense because then you'll have like a quarterback like Jake Fromm and the Lewerke. So that's just my opinion. But I will do another salary cap video. I will not do salary cap videos. I will not do draft videos until after the season because we still got a season. And I have no idea where we're drafting yet. But Dom.
I'll give you a hint. It's going to be a single-digit number.
Oh yeah, it'll be a single-digit number,
possibly times 2.
Oh, Dom. Let's just talk about my brilliance in the salary cap video. Let's just talk about me, because we all know we just want to talk about me.
Yeah, I mean those elves helping you out with the salary cap video have done a marvelous job.
Listen, the salary cap is easy. And someone actually asked me, and I can't forget what subscriber it was. They said, could you walk us through how the salary cap works? And one day I might do that as a video, because there's so many different nuances. When people do salary cap videos, they forget that they don't add or they don't subtract or they just forget in general. And you kind of have to go through all these things, and you got to start. Like I said, I think anyone that's watched any of my salary cap videos understands, you also have the rule of 51. I mean, how many times have we said, Dom's laughing because how many times have we talked about the rule of 51? Because it's actually an important rule. We talked about bonuses. We talked about prorated bonuses. There's things. And so I think the last 2 years, the largest number that I have been off on my salary cap videos is like $100,000 up or down, either way, in reference to getting the cap right. So
closer than Kevin Abrahams then.
I could do Kevin A. If you know what, if you want me to, everyone's always good. You used to work for the Giants. And first of all, if I worked for an NFL franchise, that NFL franchise is some serious trouble. But I could do the math for the salary cap. I could do that. I could do the math, believe it or not. Negative is a perfect example of a judge guy thinks he can coach up and develop his raw talent. He's like 30 years old.
I was going to say, I don't think he came here to coach up. I think he came here to sort of help on the field, beat Joe Judge on the field, which he's achieved brilliantly.
Yeah, because he still hasn't turned around in that game in Chicago 2 years ago. He still hasn't turned around. You have to look, the ball's behind me. And the guy caught it for a touchdown. How they played him at safety those games, man. I mean, there's got to be some pictures. There's got to be seriously, Dom, there's got to be something. There's got to be something. Dom, how are we going to give away a mug?
I was hoping you'd have some ideas. I suppose, I mean, we're not doing terribly well at predicting scores, and you can't do that today. Well, you must have a trivia question up your sleeve.
No, I don't. That's why I just freaking asked you. If I had something in mind, I wouldn't have thrown it on. I wouldn't have vamped it over to you.
Oh, great.
We're going to have Dom figure out how to give away a mug. How is Dom going to give away this beautiful King of the Almost Sack mug? It's red. See? Look, it's red inside. There, look at that. Look how awesome that is. Kind of looks like Mickey Mouse. Dom, how are you going to give away?
I don't know. It looks orange to me.
Well, you're stupid. Sorry.
You know that.
I apologize. I think people sometimes just, you know what?
Don't worry about that.
No stupid questions, just stupid people.
There you go. Look, there you go, Mike Lee. How fast am I now?
You've said worse things than that to me. You don't have to apologize for that one.
Oh my god! You know what? I find it funny though because I was just talking about my last video today. How about how I've matured, and I don't say the things that I would normally say to people, and I've made grown men cry before because of things I say because I'm mean, and I really can be mean. I'm not lying. I'm not. It's a character flaw. You attack me, I attack you personally, and I attack you vehemently, and I don't stop. I just keep going and going and going and going and going. That's what she said. But I laughed though because with Dom is right. I've said worse things to Dom. But Dom knows it's all in jest.
Yeah. Tone is everything, right?
Exactly. Because we're doing a show here. It'd be kind of boring if I was like, Dom, you're so wonderful.
Why, thank you, Tim.
See? Who the hell wants to see that? We want to see things. We want to hear things like Dom's.
But that's okay. Remember, there are no stupid questions, just stupid people.
Oh, so Dom.
Have you got that ready for my final thought?
Oh, I'm going to build up your final thought. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't you worry, because you know what, Zachary?
I'll tell you question, Joe Judge.
How you like me now, Mike Lee? How you like me now? I'm just like, I'm not going to twerk, though. Dom, give away the damn mug. Come on.
Well, all right. Okay, first person.
Wait. No, I got to scroll down, though, for first person, because I got a lot of messages. Oh,
I can do that when you say where you are. All right. Random one. First person that can get.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on with that. OGR is in the room. Now you're talking about the cap. I will say this, even though I don't comment a lot, I enjoy salary cap videos the most. Look, OGR, I want to show you something. I don't know if you've seen this. And I'm not whipping it out, Dom.
Thank heavens for that.
At least not till later. Oh, OGR, I didn't know if you saw this, OGR, but this is awesome. You're gonna love this. And just everyone let's just like hang out and do something because I'm talking to people directly now. Look at this, OGR, man. Subscriber did this. How awesome is this? Huh? Malik Willis. Love it. And then he did an original. That was a print of, but he sent me an original of his artwork of Malik Willis because you know how much I love Malik Willis. I got the opportunity. See, that was the picture. And then you go this way. And it's the whole Malik Willis thing. How freaking awesome is that? How awesome is that, OGR? He will appreciate that because he's a smart, intelligent person that knows Malik Willis is awesome. All right, Dom, give away the freaking mug.
All right. There's been a lot of comments in recent weeks, and I haven't had any time to think about anything because I can't do two things at once. First person then get the European football team that I actually do support. You can get a mug, and then we can reveal that because I've not actually revealed it in the last few weeks, despite people's suggestions. They are English. They are in the top flight. There's only 20 options, so you can Google if you need to. So it's not a Giants related thing.
And Dom just brought the show.
Well, no, not correct. I know, but I haven't got anything else, and you didn't tell me to think of something, and you know
How far does this come up like a trivia question? Oh wait, we got an answer.
It's incorrect. Zachary has won it.
Zachary won it, or is it Zachary? You have just won. Dun dun dun! King of the almost sack mug. The king of the almost sack mug for you, Zachary. I just want to dance. Of course, Zachary, you know the drill. Email me at onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. All mugs actually have gone out last week. But please be patient because they're like 2-3 weeks behind in reference to printing and sending them. So Dom, I did send you a mug. I kept my word. I did send that to you.
I'm looking forward to it. I will have it when as soon as it arrives. I will make sure I drink out of it. You'd
better. Oh, wow, that is awesome. Isn't that awesome, OGR? Isn't that awesome? OGR, yes. I always want to say ORG. I don't know why. And Bingo was his name. So, what is Joe Judge getting for Christmas?
The sack. Santa's sack.
You mean this one?
It looks too high quality, but yeah, go for it.
Things are just falling in my house. Oh my God. Here we go. Merry Christmas to y'all. May we get a competent owner, GM for the Giants in the near future. Do you see that happening?
I mean, we'd all have to be incredibly good.
So be good, for goodness sake. Well, sing it down.
I
It's a
actually
Christmas show, Dom.
I actually don't know this song. I'm such a Scrooge over Christmas. Someone asked me what my favorite Christmas song is. I was like, I don't do Christmas songs. They're like, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Like, I don't do Christmas movie. Or how many Christmas jumpers do you own? It's like none. It's like
favorite. Dom's like, my favorite Christmas song is The Clash, Rock the Casbah.
no, what I literally I don't. Such a Scrooge, honestly.
Well, doesn't Scrooge come from your neck of the woods?
Yeah. He also counts money, so he's definitely not Kevin Abrahams.
April Roman coming in with, do you think Willis is worth a top 10 pick? I don't. No. And I've had this, and people are like, oh, sacrilege. No, I don't think it's a top 10 pick. I've already said it before. I think he'll go in the lower to mid round. I think he'll go anywhere between 11 and 17. And I think the Giants should trade one of those picks because they're going to need to anyways because of the salary cap issues. And I think that's what they should do. And I still think they should. I think they should take the best defensive player available with the first pick, trade down to maybe like 12 or 13, and then take Malik Willis. But I don't think Malik Willis is going to go in the top 10. I think he'll go anywhere between like 12 and 17.
The only thing you can say is when a quarterback, if a team really likes a quarterback, and let's say one does like him, they may well not risk them falling down.
Now they're talking
that
Denver.
he could go in that scenario, potentially.
They're talking Denver now. Going to Denver or the Saints, which I could see either or.
Yeah,
I'd like to see him go to the Saints because I think he would excel playing with Kamara. Michael Thomas comes back playing in the dome. I think it would be perfect. I think it'd be more perfect if he was wearing number 7 for the Giants.
Do you not think the Saints will give old Jameis another go?
No.
He was doing all right, to be fair. I mean,
he wasn't
putting up trees, but he rode it back in a little bit.
Do you know what's sad? I envy the Saints for having Jameis Winston. I envy them.
He is at least fun, but seriously, he has cut down on the stupidity.
That's great.
I mean, it's not difficult, but I mean, he wasn't playing too badly. To be fair, I don't think he's not right. He's not going to take a team to. You don't rely on him to take you to a Super Bowl or deep postseason or even championship game, anything like that. Right?
I just think it's great that he's cut. According to Dom's expert analysis, he's cut down on the stupidity. So,
yes.
I just love it because you know what? Because that's just
that's how low our bar is.
I mean, that's how low we are. So low. We are going to take Jameis Winston according to Dom because he cut down on the stupidity.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want Jameis here, although he's at least fun. Hey, he might throw it deep.
He might. Oh yeah, he would. He's never met a deep pass he didn't like. Joe Judge belongs in the Philadelphia Eagles head coach. He fits right in Philly. I think the Philadelphia Eagles have a coach. Well, shockingly, like I said, I made fun of their coach. Dom made fun of their coach. He lost the press conference. I'm such an ass.
Yeah, but you know how they're deciding whether he keeps his job or not this year, don't you?
No.
Rock, paper, scissors. I'm pretty sure that was his.
You know what the worst part is? And the Giants chose pencil. That would be the Giants. That would be the Giants' luck. But Die Hard, best Christmas movie ever. There, I said it. I admit, I watched Die Hard for Christmas.
Yeah, it's good.
I admit it.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
You got to do the end of Die Hard. I mean, whoa, Dom with more impressions. We already know all the impressions that Dom can do. We already know them all, but we're not going to make fun of Dom.
Zero.
We're not going to make fun of you. We're not going to make fun of you.
I can make fun of myself. I don't need help.
Let's see what other questions we got going.
Two in the box.
Oh, see, we're not going to make fun of you. I was going to make fun of you, but I'm not going to because that would just be mean. And I've turned over a new leaf for Christmas.
Draft, baby. Yeah.
I've turned over a new leaf. Not.
Well, in fairness, you lasted a whopping 2 seconds before go back on your promise.
That's what she said. I've already seen some Giant fans saying that Jake from State Farm has something. He's a career backup, nothing more, but he's better than Long Neck Glennon. I think I'm better than Long Neck. You know what's better than Glennon? A long neck.
Not having Mike Glennon.
Not having Mike Glennon is better than Mike Glennon. That's true.
I think Jake Fromm could be competing for the backup. spot. I mean, I don't want him starting long term, anything like that. But I'm at this point, I'd have no issues with him as a backup.
I love this.
But it's one game, you know, and you have to see how it goes.
I love this one. And Jack the Ripper also cut down on his killings too. In reference to Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston was statistically a top 10 quarterback. Low. He's making some plays. Sadly, he's tore ACL. You're right. But he had some good games. He had some bad games. He was sporadic.
He's always been sporadic.
That's being nice. Nice. I like Jameis. I liked him back when he was in Florida State. I liked him. I liked him in Tampa.
He's fun.
He's fun to watch. You're not going to win, but he's fun. I envy the States for having a good enough foundation to insert a promising quarterback, something we don't have here. What first go Afghanistan, baby? Oh yeah, we have promising quarterbacks. We have that guy and the other one over there. We got a promising quarterback. His name is. Let's go to the next question. Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston. No way. Why does nobody like Jameis Winston? Ship Judge to Detroit. I don't think Detroit wants him.
I think they might have something in Campbell. I think he's got that. By and large, that team has competed this year.
You like
absolutely terrible.
You like Dan Campbell.
Sorry?
You like Dan Campbell.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very hard to judge his ability given the absolute dross he has on that team. But what I do is I really admire him. I think he does have that team genuinely competing every week, and I think that's all Detroit can ask for at the moment with the roster they have. Is that they go out there and they compete, and you know, I thought they would be the worst team this year and would have the number 1 pick, and they may well still end up that way. But they're fighting hard for Campbell, and I have to give him some credit there. Whether he can coach, let's find out when he gets a bit more talent. But I think he's done a decent enough job there in Detroit. And you look at their record, and it doesn't look it, but you also look at that roster. It's shocking.
Draft, baby. Yeah.
Had to do that because Dom was making too much sense.
Yeah, we're 41 minutes in, and I've managed.
We had to bring it down a little because Dom was making way too much sense there. I haven't even been drinking. Oh my goodness, New Jersey is better. Pizza is better than New York. I agree with that. I know Dom can't get into this conversation, but I agree that Jersey has better pizza than New York. I 100% actually agree with that. Do you know, Dom, that pizza, it's all about the amount of chlorine in the water that makes the yeast rise. I'm going to pontificate a second. Lived in Florida. Everyone knows that. And Florida has terrible pizza, but they also have terrible water because there's a high level of chlorine in that water. And I went into this pizza place and I actually saw this guy behind the counter. I said, "Oh my God, you're the dude that used to have the pizza shop in Jersey." He was like, "Yeah, I live here in Florida now." He only made his pizza with bottled water, and it was the best tasting pizza in all Florida. Just throwing that out there. The Saints are set up for success. Yeah, because they're not in New York and they're not run by this team. I mean, they're not run by this organization. They have a competent head coach. I can't disagree with that. Let's go all in on Hutchinson. Trade both first rounders to Detroit. We need a defensive stud. What do you think about going all in on Hutchinson?
I mean, I haven't necessarily done a lot of digging into it. And obviously, we don't have a lot of college. I don't really get to watch college games at all over here. But from what I've heard about him, Hutchinson, it looks like the real deal. Would I want to trade both first rounders in for any player? I don't think so. There's too many holes on this team to do that. I trade down with one of their picks, not just because of the cap, but to get assets to fill out this roster that we're going to need to do because we're not going to be exactly active in free agency.
What you mean is you don't have college. You have university.
We do have university.
Yes, it's called university. Dom went to the University of University. He doesn't like to tell people that. Sorry.
Don went to 2 because he didn't like the first one.
Don went to 2 because he got thrown out of the first one. Why'd you tell the truth?
Sander, we've already established that I'm good, and therefore I wasn't thrown out of the first one.
The problem was they found out Dom owned a strip club, and they threw him out of the first one. We know this, Dom. We know this. It's okay. I like this comment though. It must be the extra pollution in New Jersey that makes the pizza better. Yes, it is. It is. Nothing
wrong with every bit of pollution. Bronchitis, underrated.
I like this one. Hey, Joe Judge, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Oh. That's what MFer means. See, I know this now. I know this. Shut up, Dom. Shut up. Nobody likes you. Just remember that. You're here out of pity. So just remember that. I can't wait to write that out loud.
It's why I gave Urban Meyer a job, right? Sympathy.
That's true. He's I'm not gonna say what Urban Meyer is because it's a bad thing that they do in strip clubs, so we're not going to talk about that. I forgot, and speaking of Die Hard, I meant to start using this, but when new people come into the stream, I had a new sound effects.
Welcome to the party, pal.
That was going to be the new sound effect, kind of a Die Hard homage for Christmas. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Let's read a comment. Let's read a comment. Because New York is a cesspool and always has been. Pollution makes the best. The sunset's more colorful. That's from a movie. That's from a movie. Oh my goodness. We need to give
Don't ask me to do it again.
Dom's gonna give a mug away.
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
Exactly. Here we go right now. I'll take Urban Meyer over Joe Runlap's Judge. Would you take Urban Meyer over Joe Runlap's Judge? Just out of curiosity, would you do that?
No.
Well, thank you for cutting insight.
No, I wouldn't take Ivan, but no. I don't think I would. I think I think there's too many stories coming out of Jacksonville that would raise far too many red flags. And don't get me wrong, Joe Judge is not exactly great, let's be honest, but no, I wouldn't take my
question for you. Judge. Before all this, the poop hit the fan in Jacksonville with Urban, before all that happened, if someone said to you, would you take Urban Meyer over Joe Judge, would you have said yes?
Yeah, I think if you'd asked me pre-season, because the proverbial hit the fan somewhere about week 3, but then yeah, of course, he has a great college resume. You'd like to think that he would have been able to transfer that to the NFL. So yeah, I would, but having seen his first season, that is frightening. You actually genuinely look like Ebenezer Scrooge.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
But right now, no, I wouldn't take Meyer. And don't get me wrong, Meyer is a better coach. Fantastic career, much better career, probably a better career overall in football than 99% of coaches probably. But there's too many horror stories coming out of Jacksonville.
Dom, do me a favor, sing the song "Under Pressure" for Mike Lee, because I got to take this hat off. This is killing me.
Sorry, people want me to say. I only actually know
"Under Pressure."
That's literally all I know.
You don't know the song "Under Pressure"?
And I don't have to come as Queen this week.
Oh my!
If I remember my music rightly, I'm not great on music.
What are you good at? Great. What are you great at?
I'm great at many things, but most of them quite boring.
Name one. Name one.
I'm great at watching TV and ignoring my wife. She can confirm that.
All right, get Mrs. Get Miss Dom in here.
I think she's asleep. She started work at 3:45 the other day.
Let's get Mrs. Dom in here because I want to hear him say that. What's your email again? My email. I actually have a royal email, and it's onlineBigBlue at God Save the Queen, Her Majesty Secret Service at gmail.com. OnlineBigBlue at gmail.com. Come on, Zach. You've never sent me an email. Neither Meyer or Judge is enough to run a team in the NFL. I wouldn't take either one of them.
No,
I didn't like the Urban Meyer hire. Was not a fan of it. Didn't sit there and go, wow, that really seemed like a good idea to me, because you've seen college coaches flame out. I mean, you've seen them come in and they can't do the same stuff they did in college. Just like I don't want a special teams coordinator as my head coach. Just throwing that out there. Grant, the Giants belong in New York State, not New Jersey. They were. I mean, they were in the Polo Grounds. They were in Shea. I mean, not Shea. They were in a bunch of dumps. The Giants. They went to Rutherford for the stadium and the taxes. So I mean, I understand why they went there. Great, Dom. This was something you could talk about. Great at owning strip clubs. Dom is the best.
I think
Dom is the best strip club owner there is.
Yeah, own a whole chain of them.
They're called poppycockers. Come on, that
would
was
be a great
funny.
name, by the way. That would be a great name.
If I had a British strip club, I would call it poppycockers.
Yes, I'm copyright that right now. And we
I can just see it now. I can just see it now. Oh, naughty. I need 30 quid because I'm going to poppycockers.
Yeah, because we all talk like Dick Van Dyke.
You do. Tom. And of course, Bad Dog jumps in the stream as I'm talking about British strip clubs. Joe makes people run laps. Myers gets lap dances. They're equally as bad. It depends if it's a Tuesday night or a Tuesday. It really depends if it's a Tuesday afternoon in the strip club, because then it's really going to be bad.
Gives a whole new meaning to the word happy hour.
Riddick or Abrams? Riddick or Abrams? Let's see. I don't think Riddick's going to come here because of everything he said about the Giants. And if Abrams is the choice of the Giants, you are now watching the online. Dom, where's your costume? What is he dressed for Festivus? That came from Mrs. Online Big Blue.
I thought it might have.
That came from Mrs. Online Big Blue.
We've established this. I'm a Scrooge and a Grinch. And much as I love Christmas, and I'm looking forward to it, I refuse point blank to wear. My son, even, this is how it's in the genes. My son was the only kid in school who donated his money for Christmas jumper day on the grounds he didn't have to wear a Christmas jumper.
Dom, of course,
6.
Dom, of course, also told his sons he didn't have to buy any presents that Santa died.
There'd be tears.
He fell off the roof.
My wife and I were talking about this show. Like, when you look back, you think, how did I believe in this stuff? Like, how did he get down the chimney? How did he land on the roof when it's pointed?
Dude, you've never seen the Christmas specials like that are on the claymation? That explains everything. Santa Claus coming to town. What are you, an idiot? What do you mean?
Yeah,
what do you mean if he's real? What do you mean by that?
I'm sorry for all those believers in the chat for ruining it.
Hopefully the Giants. Oh, we never answered the question.
I thought that was deliberate.
Riddick or Abrams? I already said we're going to be the St. Louis Cardinals football channel, and I'm not the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to be the St. Louis Cardinals football channel if they get Abrams. And I don't think Riddick will ever come here. I don't think the Giants, after what he said multitudes on times about the Giants and the organization, that the Giants wouldn't be like, you know what? He's bashed us a bunch of times, and we don't hold a grudge. Just ask Tiki Barber. So, yeah, we'll hire him. Why not?
Was there an element of sour grapes to that? I mean, I'm not saying he was wrong in his comments, but
I think so. I think a little bit. Oh, wait, I have a trivia question. What is the name of the stadium the Giants won the NFC Championship in 2011? 2011. Wasn't it MetLife?
Maybe we could use that for the cup giveaway.
Oh, yes, I forgot. We're giving away a King of the Almost Sack Cup. He's the king. All right, King of the Almost Sack Cup. These are only allowed being given away here on this show. They are not for sale. Trivia question. I will come up with a trivia question because Dom evidently
sucks at it.
So the trivia question is, and this is going to be an easy one, what is the name of the strip clubs that Dom owns? What's the name of it? No, it's not Lucas Oil or Levi Stadium.
And by the way, Bad Dog, you're incorrect. We don't give away medium sobers during happy hour. We give away large ones because we're not tight and we respect our clientele.
All right, Kareem has won. He's got it. It's Poppycockers. Oh wait, no, we got 2 winners. Oh, we got Poppycocks. Close, Liam, but Kareem nailed this one. That's what she said.
That's a Freudian slip and a half.
I like this one. It was called Candlestick. No, I know they're still naming stadiums. So email me, of course, at onlinebigbblue@gmail.com. Who won? Who did I say? Kareem won. Email me at onlinebigbblue@gmail.com, and we will send out your vintage King of the Almost Sack mug. Please allow 6 to 8 weeks for delivery, and make sure you include all your I don't know. I was vamping there, and I just lost my train of thought.
TNCs apply.
All right, hold on. That was a good trivia question, though, Zachary. It was Lucas Oil. I just looked it up. No, that wasn't the name of the strip club, not Lucas Oil. What about Knickers? Now, dude, most people forget. I worked in marketing for a while, What about Knickers? That'd be a good name for a strip club. And I also know people that own strip clubs.
I mean, I prefer poppycocks.
Poppycocks or poppycockers?
Yeah, either or. Poppycockers was the official answer.
But if you go with poppycockers, and I know we're supposed to be talking Giants, but if you go with poppycockers, it could be a lady strip club or a man strip club. It could be for the men and it could be for the women.
Maybe that's what. Maybe Lucas Oil could be the main attraction if it was for the ladies.
Popsicles. All right, we're talking Giants here, guys. We're not talking. This has just gone off the rails as always.
As always, you sound.
Does this show ever stay on the rails?
I like you sound shocked.
I like this one. Stuffy muffins. I like that one. I just think that's funny. I don't think that has anything to do with British sense of humor, but I think that's funny.
No, I thought it went right up our street. I was going to say right up our alley, but people might get.
Dude, that could be the name of the club too. Right up our street.
Right up our alley.
That Dom coming to life in the middle of the day, in the afternoon, at night.
Yep. I've got 2 hours, 5 minutes left of my day, and I've finally struck gold.
Why do people watch this garbage? I'm sorry. I think that sometimes. I love it because the radio contracts came in yesterday, and I've been under review. And I laughed though because I was thinking to myself, and I think I pontificated this to Dom because I told Dom, you know what the best thing about doing the show between 12 and 6 is in the morning? I could call Dom, because there may be no other person that's going to call in and want to talk to me. I was thinking, I was Dom, I'm just going to call you. You could be on from 4 to 6.
Yeah,
and I don't have
to works time different twice.
Yeah, it's all good. I don't think a co-ed strip club would do. No, not a co-ed strip club. You would do separate nights. Vision.
No vision. I was just going to say no vision. No vision.
No vision. You need vision when you're developing a British strip club because they don't have dollar bills there. They have coins. So the worst thing is they're going to have to walk around with change purses or something. Can we talk about the Giants?
Just hope they don't use 50p pieces because they've got edges.
Ow. Can we talk about the Giants? Where's Bad Dog? Give me a Giant question.
I'm not sure anyone wants to talk about the Giants. It's a season.
James is going to save the day here. James is going to save the day. Don't laugh, James. James is my buddy. I hope Giant fans understand that if we hire Abrams as a GM, then that means this team is literally trying to fail on purpose. Definition of insanity of everyone. Yeah, I agree. And I think that Dom, if you were to put a percentage of stupidity on the Giants hiring Abrams, what would your percentage of stupidity be?
Out of what number? What?
Well, a percentage, it goes up to 100. And you say, I can't do math.
Well, actually, you can have
100% is the top stupidity level.
You can have more than 100%, and I think whatever the top is.
Well, you're Joe Judge talking now.
No. 500%.
This team gave 120%. I'm going to play 60 minutes of Smash Mouth football.
Yeah, we're going to give 110% this week. Come on. Come on, get me your coach speak. You can have more than 100%. But yeah, it would be ridiculous. Like, let's assume even if he hadn't messed up the cap, which he has. Okay. The argument for Abrahams would be he understands the organization. He's been groomed for the job. But he's not exactly been learning from the maestro. He's not exactly been learning from a successful organization.
He's been there since Ernie Accorsi.
It needs to be a clean sweep. Like, even if Kevin Abrahams looked like he was going to be a quality GM, and I don't see any evidence of that, you have to go clean. We have to go in a new direction because what we are doing is not working and hasn't worked for some time. And there has to be a fresh approach from top to bottom in the organization. Which is whether you like Judge or not, is why you have to get rid of the coach as well, because it has to be a new GM coming in here, and we have to go forward from there,
top to bottom.
Yeah. And you can't move the other on.
Name for another strip club in the UK, top to bottom.
I prefer stuffing muffins or whatever it was.
I actually like stuffing muffins too. Oh, you know what, Mike Lee? I was actually thinking about doing commercials. They're ribbed for her pleasure. Okay, come on.
And we just got it back on track.
Did we get it back on track? Really? Did we? Did we?
Momentarily. It didn't say it lasted long.
I'm glad that this show is on at 4 p.m. Will the Giants hire Scott Pioli to be their new GM once Gettleman is let go after 4 years? 4 more years? Or just no, they're not gonna. I'm like Dom. I have this bad feeling it's gonna be Kevin Abrams. As Dom just finishes his vodka.
Or one of the guys from New England. I have a feeling that might happen. It's one of the two. I mean, I don't know who they're going to bring in. I'm just looking at it and staring at the abyss here and thinking, Christ, please no.
You are truly a Giant fan, then.
Yeah.
You are truly a Giant fan. Name what's your favorite non-playoff team? The Giants.
Simple question, simple answer.
Come on. Hey, Jeffrey Ivory is come to save us. He's come to save the day because we have just Jeffrey. I'm glad you came in late because Dom was regaling us with all the names of the strip clubs that he has owned. Hey, Tim and Dom, what type of offensive line would you prefer? An offensive line that excels run blocking or in pass blocking? The run blocking helps the pass. So I say develop. So run blockers for me. I have a thought process on this.
I'm just going to give the flippant answer of I'll just take a good offensive line. But go for it. Go for it.
No, you said you were going to go first.
I did. I want a good offensive line.
Run blocking allegedly is the easiest thing to teach because of the fact that it is a moment of explosion off the ball going forward. Pass blocking, of course, you're in a defensive posture, so you are heading backwards, which makes it a more difficult thing to teach well. So you would assume that if you could have quality run blockers, which will allow you to move the ball, which then will set up the play action. Yes, you can theoretically, not thinking about the Giants, have a better production with having better run blockers than you can with pass blockers. And some people say, well, the pass can also set up the run. Yeah, but the run is usually since the dawn of time of football, when they only run the ball, the running always sets everything up. It always sets it up. So yes, I actually agree with Jeffrey quite extensively that if you have a good running game, you are and you have a quality running game and you keep them off balance and you use the play action, it would be better to have people that are better run blockers. But to Dom's point, I would just like a quality one. That's it.
I think there's a lot of sense in what you've just said there, to be fair. And I think, to sort of use a quarterback who doesn't always use his cannon arm, and then when he does is really effective at it is Herbert. Sort of a similar sort of thing where they're not necessarily protecting the deep pass, and when he sees the opportunity, he launches it. It's a slightly different concept, talking about a quarterback there, but it's the same sort of principle that you're drawing with the developing run game. You're drawing the defense nearer to you to open up those.
Hopefully, you have one-on-one coverage on the outside, so you can take advantage, and then you can also try to take advantage of the middle of the field. I've seen Cowboy fans on Twitter celebrating they hear Abrams might be promoted onto GM. Yeah,
I've heard 31 other teams celebrating the news.
Oh my goodness! Oh my God! Wait, yeah, wait a minute. What is going on here? Oh, does anyone think about coaching? Hold on. What about Zachary here? Anyone who says pass blocking is easy can delete themselves off the internet. Not saying this is you, Tim. Oh, Zachary. I think that's like one of those things where you should know. Let's not get into that. Oh my God. Dom is just smiling because we had a conversation off the air about something. That's kind of funny. As he raises his eyebrows because he's such a gentleman.
A gentleman never tells.
Exactly. Luckily, there's no gentleman here. Just watch Meyer. He's going to hire Abrams. I guarantee it. I guarantee it too. You think you're right? I don't think you're wrong. What do you guys think about coaching changes? Coaching changes in reference to the Giants or just in general? Because I think coaching changes in general can actually be a good thing. I was under the assumption, this was probably stupid of me, that when the Giants got Jason Garrett fired, because they did get him fired, he didn't deserve to be fired, and Freddie Kitchens was promoted, usually if you go back into the articles and the laws of any type of NFL history, there's usually a bump in offensive philosophy and production the game after a coordinator gets fired. There's usually a bump. There's usually some kind of wrinkle, something fun, something different that they haven't used before. And they usually score some more points and then they fall back to earth the next week. The Giants fell back to earth. They actually got worse under Freddie Kitchens. I mean, Lord knows how you get freaking worse, but they got worse. And I think the Giants, and people will say, well, you can't keep changing your head coaches every 2 years. But if you keep making a mistake every 2 years, why are you going to continue to do it?
Well, conventional wisdom says you draft a quarterback first round and you don't pick a new one the next year, but the Cardinals didn't, and that's worked for them. They didn't stick in Cleveland. They didn't stick with Kitchens after 1 year. They were like, no, he's not the answer. We move on. The quicker sometimes you own your mistakes, the better. And the Eagles are another good example of this. They realized where they were, and they were like, we are now going to move forward. So they didn't solve their issue, but they were in cap hell, and they just went, we are going to fix it. And they were decisive, and we're not. We just keep thinking it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right, and it's not going that way. And there's 3 examples of 3 different ways. That teams have owned up to their mistakes essentially and fixed it.
Zach, just kidding. I love you, Zach. Oh my God! And the stream comes to a screech. That's what I need. I need like tire screeching noises. Meyer won't get rid of Judge. Meyer doesn't care about winning. Do you think Meyer doesn't care about winning? I mean, do you think John Meyer doesn't care about? I know Tisch seems to care about winning. Do you think that? And it's interesting that Meyer is the guy that runs the football operations and Tisch runs the financial operations. And it'd be funny that the guy that runs the football operations doesn't care about winning.
No, I don't think that's fair. I think he's got an organization that's going to make money whether they're winning or losing. I think he does want to win. I just don't think he necessarily knows how to do it. And the answer, John Mara, is get some football people in to run that side of the business, and you just sign the checks. But I think he does care about winning. Why would he not? That I don't agree with.
I love this one though. Do you bring back Freddie Kitchens next season, or do we bring back Jason Garrett? You only bring back Jason Garrett if you're going to hire him as a head coach.
I don't think it matters who's the offensive coordinator if the game plan overall and the philosophy of the team is conservative with a small c.
Sorry, I need staff Twitter. Zachary, staff Twitter. Don't get me in trouble. I have my own propensity of getting myself in trouble. I don't need any help. There's not a little trouble elf sitting here going, I'm not really going to help Santa Tim get in trouble today. I get in trouble all by myself. I get in trouble and I don't even know I'm in trouble. That's how good of getting in trouble I am, Dom. I don't know what I do and I just get in trouble.
Yeah. You have a magic ability. What can I say?
I really do have a magic ability. For you to fall, you first have to be in the air.
All I can think of is the Batman. What happens when we fall, Bruce? We fall again, as it turns out, is the answer. But I love that.
Okay, we found our new quote and sound effects for Dom doing young Bruce Wayne. Now he's Oliver Twist. Might have some more Pepsi, please.
We were too generous this week, so there's only small left.
There's only small left. Quote of the day. Yea, though I walk through the valleys of shadows of darkness, I shall fear no evil, for I am the meanest son of a bitch in the valley. Just everyone remember that. Next time you tweet something. I'm totally convinced Jason Garrett and Mara, if the plan Judge flames out, which is why Judge wanted to get rid of him. Do you think that Jason Garrett was the backup plan if Judge flamed out? Like he's already done. Oh my God. So that's why you fired him.
That's
That's funny?
Conspiracy.
You can almost see the light bulb. You can almost see the light bulb going on.
No dice for me. I mean that's a conspiracy theory and a half. I think Jason Garrett was fired because he was an obvious target of the fans' displeasure, and it was a way of deflecting attention, and that's why he did it. I don't. That was about Joe Judge saving his job. I don't think it mattered who at that point was going to take his job. He wanted his job, and they needed to offer someone up, and Garrett was the obvious scapegoat.
We did get a bump downward. Okay.
I think that was after Kitchens took over.
Okay. Sometimes I just sometimes. Coughlin's still alive. Let's bring him. Yeah, he's still alive. He's still alive, but I don't think he would want to come back. What do you got here? Did you know? Did you guys know Mara son likes guy? Okay, John. What does it matter if he does? Okay, great. I like Dom because he's shaved and he's got this saucy little hair today. Mayor is too busy writing taunting rules. Yeah, that really backfired on him, didn't it? Didn't that backfire him a little bit?
I never got that, to be honest.
I know. No, it was my former high school coach who posted on Twitter, not a giant land. Oh, okay, good. Okay, Zachary, I thought you were being a smart ass, which I thought was funny that you were being a smart ass. Tim and Dom, besides Andrew Thomas, are there any linemen you want the Giants to bring back? Nick Gates, Isaiah Wilson, Matt from Connecticut, Shane Lemieux, and Will Hernandez. Could I go first?
Go for it.
Okay. Yes, no, 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 no.
Yes to Gates, preferably as a guard, not a center. I think he's fine. Wilson, no. Pert potentially, but as a swing tackle, probably no more. And you'd have to be accepting the development.
He was a swing tackle on Sunday. People were just swinging on by him.
Yeah, I know, but you'd have to accept him as a development talent at this point.
It would be year 3 accepting him as a developmental talent.
Yeah, I know. I don't think he's the answer, but I think we also have to be realistic about for next year what our options are. So I think you're probably going to have to bring back over. I think you probably have to bring back Pert. Otherwise, you've got to try and find 2 tackles because Solder is definitely not the answer. But I don't necessarily. It's
not even the question.
But so Pert potentially Shane Lemieux. No, Will Hernandez. Hell no. So yeah, I'd probably bring back one of Pert or Lemieux just because of numbers, rather than because I think they're the long term. Because I think we do have to accept that the team is not going to be able to be. Well, it's going to be radically different this year because we've only got about 31, 33 players under contract. But
no, we have 43 right now with a cap number of 206. But actually now it's going to be less because they pushed back the money. If we made all the necessary moves, we'd get like $32 million in cap space. But then we would only have 33 players under contract. But now it would be 35 because we move the money for Jaron Williams and
and remind me, is that pre-draft expenses or
that would be pre? That's not even counting the rookie pool yet. And people and this is why I always say my cap numbers are right because people always forget the rookie pool. You don't have a rookie pool number yet because you don't have solidified draft spaces, so you can't. So
you could have a damn good go at trying to work it out. You probably wouldn't be far off. Yeah,
no, because there is a big difference between like the 6th pick and the 10th pick, and like the 10th pick and the 15th pick.
You think we're getting up? You think we're going to get the 10th pick? Wow.
And I think we're going to trade out. I think we will.
Yeah, I do too. But what I'm saying is, you could have a ballpark estimate, but as you say, it's a pointless exercise at this moment.
Great comment. Hired Jim Harbaugh, draft Malik Willis. And on that note, we're going to end the stream and end it with Dom because that was a perfect comment. That was plus Dom has been pissing me off lately. Oh no, we're going to bring Dom back.
I was waiting for you to pontificate.
It was like the perfect storm.
I was waiting for you to pontificate.
I was going to pontificate. It's the greatest comment of the day. 2 of my favorite things. Throw in Fudge Ripple, and I'm happy.
I was going to say, surely 3 of your favorite things because that's exactly what you believe in. So therefore, he's agreeing with you. So if 3-0,
that's why he's a genius. That's why he won a mug. You just won yourself an Online Big Blue King of the Almost Sack mug. Email me at Tim at Online Big Blue. Email me at onlinebigbblue@gmail.com. I'm not joking. You won a mug. You won a mug. You won a mug because you're brilliant. The brilliant mind thinks alike. I'm just like, how the fuck did I get into this? This was supposed to be
my bedtime, yeah. No, I'm joking. I always have a lot of fun. Always.
Yeah, it's just a look. I haven't sang yet, so we're all good. Nick Gates showed you.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, not extensively, but enough for us to be put off. I'm banned again, aren't I?
You probably think this song is about you, don't you? Don't you? I've always wanted to be a lounge singer. We need depth. We do need depth. I agree. And I think Nick Gates showed promise, but I'm with Dom on this one. I think Nick Gates is more of a, I would like to see him more as a guard. I think he played fill in well enough at center, but I think if he's going to excel in the league personally, I would move him to guard.
Yeah, I agree. I know I've got to praise him. I think he's done a decent enough job at center, but yeah, I think he's better guard. Yeah.
Yeah. But can't overpay guys who aren't performing well. That's the thing, Jeffrey. You can't overpay these guys. You can't even underpay these guys, especially if they don't perform. Because we have a roster of guys that we're overpaying, underpaying that don't do anything. But of course, how do you can you really underpay like horrid talent?
I mean, you can have guys that are temporarily not playing well. It happens. Like, you know, there's a saying over here. I'm sure you probably have similar, if not the same one in the States. You know, form is temporary, class is permanent. You can have really good players not playing well, but these guys, generally speaking, have not played well for a long period of time.
We don't have that one in the States.
There you go. There you go. You can have that one on us.
We have how much woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. We have that in the States.
If ifs and buts with candy and nuts.
Name of a strip club.
Bit long. I mean, that would be the marketing might be a problem.
Name of a male strip club. Bit long.
to go with our star performer, Lucas Oil.
There you go. Sipping medium Pepsi. Oh yeah. I have to get that. I have to get that sound effect too. Oh yeah. I have to get that one. The Giants need to stop thinking this is baseball where there's no cap. Do you think the Giants do think it's not baseball? And you know what's silly? That's probably not a silly question. Because the score was 3-2 the other day. Halftime. It was 3-2. Just thinking about that. Just throwing that out there.
Fair play.
As long as I can make Dom crack up, this makes my day. Meyer is busy planning the next great promotion of immediate Sprite, then bother with the football decisions. That's
going to be one of the dumbest things you could literally. You in his head, he probably thought this is a great idea. The fans will love it. It'll get them back on side. Literally, the stupidest thing you could do. How to insult your fans even more by offering them literally almost the cheapest possible drink. Not even a large. I mean, you know, honest to God, what on earth was going through their minds when they thought that was a good idea? Honestly, seriously, beggars belief.
I would have done like jersey giveaway. Really?
Ticket giveaway to, you know,
well, they had to do ticket giveaway, and they all went to Dallas Cowboy fans. Jim Harbaugh is what I thought. Joe Judge was initially, but Joe fooled me. Joe is a chameleon. I never personally thought that Joe Judge was Jim Harbaugh. I thought from the moment I saw that press conference, and I got blasted. I mean, they fired the howitzers at me. I said, I don't like him. I don't trust him. He is pretending to be, he is the stereotypical football coach using all the stereotypes, saying all the right things. And I just don't like him. I don't trust him. I never thought he was Jim Harbaugh. What about you, Dom? Do you remember the press conference?
Yes, I remember the press conference. I don't think I was sold on the press conference. What I did think was that this might be the right hire. You kind of have to trust them when they're hiring, and they say they were blown away by him in the interview and stuff. But what I thought might work quite well was he was a special team coach, and he'd worked with players on both sides of the ball, and I hope that might transition well across. So I thought that this might be a hire that might just work. Young coach, young team, used to coaching on both sides of the ball, might be a bit bumpy for the first year or two while he adjusted, and it's certainly been that. But I would expect to see some development from him, and I thought he could be the long-term answer here. I won't lie. I don't think he is. He's not done it, and you're not seeing him get better. If I was seeing him get better, even though we're poor, you know, you're seeing him learn from his mistakes. You're seeing him learn. You're seeing the team go forward, even if they're not winning games. But we're not seeing any of that, and that's why I don't think he's the answer. But I was sold not for the press conference, but for those reasons, if I remember rightly. I don't think I'm rewriting history. I'm pretty sure that's where I was at. But maybe I was sold in the press conference, but I don't think I was, as I say. I think that the special teams and the two sides were what sold me.
Why am I always the one that does Oliver Twist?
Because you do it so well.
I want you to do it. You have the accent.
Yeah, but that's just me talking my normal voice.
That's what makes it great. Come on, one time.
Go on then.
One time.
Please, can I have some more?
Perfect.
Can't I just say Jacksonville Jaguars?
This is soundbite number 3.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
What about Doug Peterson? What about him?
No.
I don't want Doug Peterson. I would take Doug Peterson as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I would prefer, if you gave me a choice, I'd prefer Frank Reich.
Yes.
I know he's not leaving Indianapolis. I would prefer him.
And they're going good guns at the moment.
Yeah.
Until Carson Wentz falls down some stairs, or or lifts a medium soda to his mouth to try and drink it and sprains his wrist or something.
Listen, we've had some doozies in the online Big Blue House the last couple of days, so I'm not saying anything about that. Move Nick Gates to guards. I agree. Stepped in decently for learning a new position. I love Gates. I liked Gates. All I said about Gates, and people are like, you don't love Gates. You said he was terrible. No, all I said is I was against giving Gates a large contract when he had not even won a job yet. That's all I said about Nick Gates.
Which I think is fair enough, and you've got to hope he comes back from the injury well next year. That's going to be a bit of an unknown, but I think he's done well enough to come back next year.
I do.
On how he's done.
Nick Gates, the center, or Billy Price?
No, you draft one.
Yeah, Billy Price isn't even the answer for any question. He wouldn't even be. He's so not the answer. If the trivia question was what center did the Giants trade to get from the Cincinnati Bengals in 2021, the answer would still not be Billy Price.
The answer is, did we get? Well, the answer is to answer it with a question. Did we get a center?
Did we get one? Yes, the entire team is underperforming. They are. It's an underperforming nightmare.
Graham Gano's not.
Well, Graham Gano is not. That's true.
I mean, we're 1 for 53. Brilliant.
All right, late question. If Rom has Jones's arm, do you think he would be a franchise guy? I don't know, because I've seen from exactly 12 plays or 13 plays. I don't know, to be honest. And I think if he had Jones's arm, I don't know. I mean, he does take command of the huddle quickly. He gets his troops out there. He gets to the line. He makes his adjustments. He's quick off the ball. He just that's how he throws. I mean, literally. I think Dom's son throws the ball better.
Yeah. Do you know what? Actually, he shot me the other day. He threw the ball in. I was like, he's not going to throw that far. Oh, okay, you did. But yeah, I mean, I saw enough to be encouraged enough that we got a backup there. But
yeah, you never know.
But it's a very small sample size.
It's very and I've already said this. If he starts, he is going to get roughed up by mid-game. And that's not an indictment against him. They are just going to tee. Dallas showed just tee off on him because he doesn't have the arm strength to get the ball out that quickly. They showed that. They showed that on that 4th down play.
People will get used to it as well. The tapes, it will get quicker and quicker and quicker.
Exactly.
Of course it will. And but that's the same. That's why rookies struggle. They can look good week 1, week 2, and then suddenly teams get used to it and adjust. And essentially, he's a rookie.
Right.
I know he's not technically, but essentially he is.
He's a rookie. Yeah. Well, he's this was his first action outside of preseason with Buffalo.
Yeah. Mike White had similar in New York Jets. They were saying the same thing after week 1. It's like, whoa, look at this. We've got a franchise quarterback who's supposed to be Zach Wilson, but definitely won't be. And teams get used to him. But I've seen enough for him to have a chance and a shot at the backup next year.
Mara's next big idea: $5 nacho. Yes, 1 nacho. I actually think I'm scared because we still have the home game against Washington. So I'm scared that actually might be the promotion coming up. James Williams, I'm 39 years old. This might be the worst I've seen the Giants as an organization from top to bottom. James looked good for 39. James said to me today, well, we're about the same age. And now I'm like, yeah, we're about the same age. That's what I'm going to go with too.
Well, one of us is about James's age.
39-year-olds.
Yeah, one of us is about James's age. I'm a tad younger, but not much.
I agree. This is the worst team that this run, and not just this team, this run since the last playoff appearance. This has been the worst that I've ever seen. And I go back decades. This is the worst I've ever seen the Giants.
I mean, you were talking earlier today about the 70s, but you know,
70s was bad. And I read the records in the 70s, and they're pretty well matched, if not are better than what we're doing now. And they played less games in the 70s.
But I think the record goes back even beyond our last playoff appearance because we threw everything at that.
Yeah, I think that's 2011. Yeah, we were bad after 11. I was being nice. I'm trying something new.
Good for you. I'll bring us back on message.
This is the kinder, gentler Tim.
Sorry, I'm just channeling your vibe. No, I'm joking.
Hey, don't channel that.
You do.
You don't want to live in here, Dom. You don't want to live in here.
When people do well,
Right.
you do say. Unfortunately, we're just not doing a great deal well at times.
Yes, and that's my fault.
Oh, entirely.
It's all
I'm glad we can get past this and we can admit this. It's the first step to recovery.
I was excited, and I've mentioned this, that I was given an award recently. I was given an award, the most hated giant YouTuber among giant YouTubers. I'm gonna well up a little bit because it was an honor. I'm not gonna lie, it was an honor. And you know, you want to get the accolades from the peers in your profession, so it was an honor. And it's a shame that people, you sit there like, why doesn't everyone just love him? He's not an ass. Why don't you just love him?
No.
A little bit. But you know what? I admit it. And people that know me will tell you, yes, Tim is an ass. 100%. He's going to insult you, but you know what? He's still going to be your friend, and he's still going to be there for you. But yeah, it's a little bit of a douche.
You know what? Someone said to me the other day, she goes, is there anyone you don't insult? I was like, yeah, people I don't like, generally speaking. If I'm insulting you, it probably means I like you.
It would have been better if you said, well, that was a stupid question. Did you think of that one all day?
There are no stupid people.
No, we're not.
Sorry, no stupid questions. I mean, sorry. Way to mess it up.
This is the kinder, gentler Tim. I've told you this. I'm kinder. I'm gentler.
Make the bad man stop.
Hey, Michael is here. What's going on, Michael? I'm not gonna. I can't. I saw my brother Tim. That's my brother Tim. That's me. Don't forget us small people. When your show blows up, it's gonna blow up. Yeah, 12 to 6. You know what the problem is, Michael? And I appreciate it. I might not be awake. It might be one of these from like 3:45 to 4:15. Tim, call Tom.
In fairness, if it gets to that point and you did that from like 3:45 to 6, the feedback from the show might be that half was gold, and that just do that from 12 till 6 because it was better than the first half.
Does anyone listen to the radio? First of all, does anyone listen to the radio anymore? And does anyone listen to the radio from 12 a.m. in the morning to 6 a.m.? I think I'm being punished.
People working nights, they might. We used to when I work nights.
Well, duh. Yeah, of course people work nights. No, someone that's asleep is going to turn me on. Ooh, a whole new audience. I could have the narcoleptic audience. Just people that are sleeping. I can count them. Judge is a smooth talking con artist and needs to be fired. Baby Saquon needs to be traded or cut ship. I don't know where Baby Saquon went. I'm actually very concerned about Baby Saquon. I think he's been kidnapped. I really do. Baby Creed is still here. I can't find Baby Saquon. I'm a little upset.
Have you checked the mailbox for a ransom note?
I need to do that.
Can someone contact the FBI?
I think Shep is gone. And there will be a cap implementation. I can't ever say that. There will be a salary cap issue. Saquon, he's 8 million. He's 8 million in, 8 million out. So if you get rid of him, you're stuck with the 8 million. I mean, I would keep Saquon one more season.
I think Shepard's 4 or 5 mil.
Yeah, it's not horrid, but he's still going to count against. He's still going to count against.
I mean, with that injury, he could miss such a chunk of next season.
Well, you got to remember that Lorenzo Carter came back from the same injury. It's not an injury that you can't come back from in a year. It's not an ACL. An ACL you can come back from under a year too.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he was possibly on the cap. Could have been a cap casualty anyway. So I think that's probably the end for him.
I don't want to brag. I came back from the first ACL injury in a year. I want to brag. Toward again the next year, but I don't think one had to do with the other.
Well, we're bragging about injuries. Can I just say I've never missed a game through injury ever in 12, 14 years? Just out there. See, some of us weren't injury prone, you see.
I was injury prone. I admit it. I freely admit I freely admit it. Literally things would fall off. I'm not joking. We would be on, we'd come out of the huddle and be, what was that? Oh, Tim's elbow came off. Oh, I've said before, get the duct tape. Everything will be fine.
You like the action men where they just screw it back in, but
they had to. I was like, they had to. They literally did. It was terrible. I like this one. This is another one, but I already gave away a mug. Neil and Willis. I would do that. You talk here, Dom.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? Dom's been removed from the stream because evidently he's lost his train of thought. He's been put in timeout. Dom is in timeout. Let's see if he's come back now. Okay, you back now?
Sorry, what?
Oh my god. I just love it. I love having all the buttons.
You have the power, yeah.
I still love the one subscriber. You do that so well. It sounds just like the cartoon. I was like, and I felt bad because I went with it because in the DM and I went for it for like a good 15 minutes. And then I had to break down and say, dude, listen, that is the cartoon. I'm just lip syncing through the cartoon. But I love it because he was so sincere about it too. And I just love it because he's like, you do that so well. It was not based.
Do you know, I managed to persuade someone the other day that my dad was the 14th Lord of somewhere, and I kept it up for about 10 minutes until they were about to put it out with my dad's name on it as the Lord of wherever the hell I made it up. But I convinced him, I was like, no, he's the 14th Lord. And he's like, my apologies, I'll change it. And I kept it up for as long as I could, and then I had to come clean.
Well, I told you I screw with Business Online Big Blue that way. I tell her people die, and then she goes to work and tells people, and it's innocent enough that I forget to tell her before she leaves that I'm joking. It truly is innocent enough. But it's like there's a band called the Blues Travelers, and singer back in the day was overweight, and she went to work, and I said, "You hear the guy from the Blues Travelers died?" And she's like, "Oh my God, no, I didn't know that." So of course she goes to work and she tells her coworker, and her coworker's like, "He didn't die." She goes, "I think your husband's just screwing with you." And then I love it. She comes home and yells at me, "He didn't die." Like, I didn't know. I forgot to tell you he didn't die. I forgot, honey. I'm sorry. I love you. Oh my God. She's a saint. She needs a statue. I think your wife does too.
I'm a delight. We've established this.
We established you're cheap. Your wife even admitted it.
I freely admit it. No question. Do you know, our first Christmas living together, our presents to each other were a toolbox and a washing machine. I was like, we've blatantly got this the wrong way around because I am hopeless with DIY. You can have the toolbox, I'll do the washing. But shit.
I loved your birthday present.
I can't even remember. What did
exactly? I do? You gave her the water bill. Sorry.
No, that comes out direct debit. Don't have to worry about that.
Sorry, that was Christmas.
I got her flowers and I took her out for dinner.
Wow.
The pleasure of my company is a delight. And to get it, to have dinner out as well is just like an added.
That's why I have you on, Dom, because you're a delight.
Living with me is the best present you can have. And she gets it 365 days a year. And every 4 years, she gets an extra day. I mean, it's a John Mara promotion, literally.
Worst giant mistake in 2021 off season with hindsight.
I've got two. And I can go with either.
I didn't get anything wrong this off season, so I'm not even going to answer.
Oh, I thought this was about what the team did.
Yeah, not what I did, because I got everything right about the team. Literally admit it. I mean, people need to literally admit it. I pretty much got the entire offseason, their signings, their drafts, and everything else correct. Think of one thing that I got wrong, that I said someone's going to suck. Someone is over-evaluated. This player is washed up. You can't think of one, can you, Dom?
No, and unless you said Bradbury was going to be great.
I didn't say Bradbury was great. I said Bradbury would come back to earth.
Yeah,
You can't have I said he's not going to have a duplicate season that he had this year.
Yeah, no, I'm just sort of
because of the rush.
Things that might have. I mean, we were both out on Williams. That should have been Tomlin. You could have got Tomlinson and Zeitler for the Williams money.
No, we got Danny Shelton and Austin Johnson for the Dalvin Tomlinson money. And I already said Danny Shelton's washed up. And I said Austin Johnson, good backup, will produce, but he's not going to be a full-time starter.
No, I'm just saying if we got rid of Williams, I think I forget.
Well, what is the big? What besides me being awesome? What is the biggest mistake in the 2021 offseason? Hindsight.
I mean, they were the ones that spring to mind. Is the players we let go in order to keep Williams, which is for me, it's Tomlinson, not keeping Tomlinson and keeping Williams for the money we paid for Williams. I said it at the time, so I'm not. This is not Captain Hindsight. This is. I never liked the money we gave Williams. I would have kept Tomlinson and used that money elsewhere.
Yep.
And for me, that was the biggest.
Leonard, $11 million.
Yeah.
And the worst things I think in the offseason, though, is things that I said. You overpaid for your free agents. I hated the Kenny G signing. I said there's no way you should give him that money because no one else is giving the money. And Corey Davis set the market at $37 million, and you gave him $72 million. I hated the Adoree Jackson signing because everyone outside the giant bubble said you cannot give this guy a raise coming off an ACL. And I said Kyle Rudolph was washed up. And I stand by all that. And I think those, if you want to look at hindsight, spending that money and then pushing out the money for Bradbury and Martinez to basically sign these guys into next year and causing your salary cap issues in 2022, I think that those are your biggest issues.
I mean, you could take it level higher and say not moving on from Gettleman last season was because, of course, he's behind these moves that we've made, and now we're going to have to start again.
Well, thank you, James. You guys don't look it. We don't look old now. We're young.
That's why I shaved. I now look 21.
You look 20. You do look 21. I was
to be fair, I'm so short. I look 12.
You guys are in your prime. You know what's funny? My prime didn't hurt this much. It's just like standing. That's.
Do you know what? Saturday, I joined in, like full on joined in with the kids' practice just for a bit of fun for Christmas. Yes, Sunday I hurt a lot more, and I'm like, I've just agreed to come out of retirement to help out the local team with numbers. I'm like, that might have been a mistake.
You know what? I was working out today and I loved it because, you take supplements sometimes, and I was taking supplements to help me. And now I'm down to supplements that have collagen in them. And what the collagen does is it helps your bones and your muscles, and it helps with recovery, and it helps with like arthritis and stuff. It's like, great. I'm using collagen just to be able to work out. Oh,
that's not ideal.
No, it's not ideal. I agree with your thoughts on Barkley the other day. Great video. Well, Steve, you're a genius. I would give you a mug, but I only got one left. I don't remember the Barkley video.
You know what? I'm sure it was great.
I assume it was awesome because it came from me, but I don't remember.
Do you know what? When we were recording the podcast, someone would say, "You said this. This was great. Did we?"
I know. People always
no idea. Did I?
I love when people quote me, and I'm like, "Wow, that's really smart." And they're like, "Well, you said it." I'm like, "Oh, there you go."
All the time I say, I don't think I'm rewriting history. I'm saying this because I possibly could have said it because I won't remember.
Steve, I'm not being an ass. I actually really don't remember the Barkley video. I mean, I really don't.
I think this is right. I think it was, we should take the 5th year option. We should see how he goes. He's just back from the injury. It will take time.
We already picked up the 5th year on Barkley.
Yeah. Sensibly.
So did I do a Barkley video recently?
Yeah, you definitely did. I think that's roughly what you said is take the 5th year option, give him a bit more time. He's coming back from a nasty injury, and that he's not a bust.
You know what the best part is? People accuse me of doing rebuttal videos, and I don't even know what my videos are that I did.
I think that's what you said.
I think that sounds good. I think I don't remember. I really don't. When did I do a Barkley video? Was it recently?
Yeah. I mean, I have been to sleep since I listened to it.
I hope to God it wasn't like yesterday, because then I got to go see a doctor.
I think 2-3 days ago. It was fairly recent. I want to say Monday.
Shut up. Monday was a long time ago. Monday was yesterday.
Oh yeah, maybe Saturday. I don't know.
All right.
It was recent. It was recent, really recent.
Next time,
There you go. That's just proving our point. We actually genuinely can't remember these.
I honestly can't remember when I did the Saquon Barkley. I kind of remember doing a Saquon Barkley video. I do. I really do remember that. I kind of remember that.
I'm more concerned about you on the grounds that you actually record it.
You know what's funny, and this is what this is going to be interesting. Not interesting to people because I'm watching the subscriber count just drop. I come downstairs to my office. I click on the lights. I click on the mic. I talk for 10 minutes in the morning. I do a thumbnail. I upload the video. I do the premiere, and then I forget about it. And that's my prep for doing videos. And that's what I do. And sometimes, honestly, I don't go back and edit. I don't even listen. And it's funny because I don't even listen to my own videos. I have to listen. Sometimes when people tell me things, I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. They're like, well, you said it. I'm like, well, that's why I find it interesting. Next time, Tim, you do that, Mrs. Online Big Blue will slip you a fruit sangria fruit. No sangria fruit. Mrs. Online Big Blue ended up in the emergency room because of sangria. So, but excuse me, I do appreciate everyone's well wishes. She's feeling much better. And it wasn't the sangria. I was just joking. But she's feeling much better. Thank you for the people that sent messages. What's that?
Was it just a sangria?
No, it wasn't. And nothing to do with sangria, but she is feeling better. She's getting better every day. She's looking better every day. And I do appreciate the DMs and the emails and the comments on the comment section and everything. I really do appreciate it. She actually found that very very nice that people that don't know her and only know her as Mrs. Online Big Blue.
That's her name, right? She doesn't have another name.
She doesn't have a real name.
She gave that up when she married you. That was it.
She gave up a lot when she married me. Linderbaum and Willis. I would do both of those. What do you think?
I really need to give it some thought. There are definitely worse.
All right, Dom's going to give that some thought, then we're going to have him back when he's giving it some thought. Okay, have you given some thought now?
Yes.
Okay, what's your thought?
I agree with you because that's normally the safest answer to not get kicked back out again.
You're finally learning. So what's your thought?
That was it. I don't know is the honest answer. To be fair, I don't know. I genuinely need to give some thought. Where would I go across the board?
I think we lost Dom because I'm not hearing anything.
I'm not falling for it this time.
You're not falling for that for the 7th or 8th time.
No, it's fine. It's a bit like the Blackadder strategy, where he was talking about the plan being brilliant because it's the 19th time. It'd be the last thing he expect. But this time, I'm not falling for it.
Oh, here's the video from Zachary. Why drafting New York Giants? It was on the 11th, dude. That was like 10 days ago.
10 days ago. Yeah. You're fine. You can legitimately not recall that. You're fine. I actually thought it was really quite recent.
Maybe you have the problem and I don't.
Yeah, it would appear so.
I do remember that video. Now I remember it. Thank you. Whoever it was that was
Zachary?
talking. No, not Zachary. Whoever said I did a nice video. Thank you. I don't remember your name. So maybe I have the Dom problem now. But what'd you do, Linderbaum and Willis? What'd you do it?
Yeah. I don't know. Willis, I'm fine with.
I have some more Pepsi, please.
I don't know. I really don't know. I genuinely don't. I genuinely have to give it some thought across the board. I don't know.
I love this one. Give Kenny G a sax and see if he's any good at it. Because we all know it's the smooth sounds of Kenny G. Tim doesn't remember what he did 6 hours ago. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Because I mean, sometimes it's not that I forget. It's just I do. My wife says it all the time. I just do too many things at once. So a lot of times I'm doing like 15 different things. So then sometimes I forget. I don't think it's old age. All right, just watch Hi BG. I don't know what that means. Is that code? Dom. Oh, here we go. Dom. Dom doing Jimmy Buffett now. I don't know. Oh, you were doing a Jimmy Buffett song. Do you know this one?
No.
Say I don't know. We should give away a mug because this show is rocketing off the rails as usual. Oh my God.
Get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
That was supposed to be the Christmas music. That was supposed to be the Christmas music, children, because it's the joy of Christmas. It's the joy of giving. It's the joy of the holidays. And we'd like to thank you all here from Online Big Blue and Dom for making this a special magical event. Except for Dom, who ruined the whole show.
As usual.
As usual.
It's my thing.
But we now know, because it is now 10. It's not 10. It's 4. No, it's 5:44. See, I don't have my glasses on. It's 5:44. We all know what time it is. It's that time of the show that everyone loves, that everyone understands, that everyone waits for. It is the highlight of their week. They wait in breathless anticipation for Dom to come out and give the antithesis of all that is holy, to give us his thoughts in regards to everything, because we know we are all hanging on the edge of our seats. We are waiting for this bastion of hope, Dom, to come in and make us all happy and get us all excited.
Draft, baby. Yeah.
It's Dom's final thoughts.
Well, I'm glad you gave me that build up.
And then he just took too long with that. We're not gonna hear his final thoughts. You took too long, Dom. Come on, what's your final thoughts?
Good, because I didn't have one, but I thought of one.
Okay.
So I think 2017 might have been 18. The Jacksonville Jaguars surprised everyone by going to a championship game. Who do you think are going to be the potential surprise package at this moment? And we obviously don't know who the playoff teams are going to be, but who do you think that surprise package could be from either the AFC or NFC? And I think more likely a surprise package exists in the AFC this year, going in, that could come from nowhere and be the Jags in the playoffs and sort of surprise the Super Bowl contenders.
They're going to beat the Jags in the playoffs?
No, obviously not. I was using his example when Blazing Blake Bortles was their quarterback.
You know, it's funny.
I'm sure you can tell us.
You know what's funny? I'm getting out of the shower. You know what's funny? No, I'm just kidding.
It's quite high.
I know, he's got one of those little stools. We have these things in the Amaticas. It's like a tub, but it's a stand-up tub. And you have to open the door to get out. I can see Dom getting out of the shower that way.
Well, I don't have one of them.
I need one of those because I can lift up my leg real high. It really hurts. We're having bad news.
It's like, for me, it's like doing the hurdles.
You just crawl under them. Who do I think? You know, honestly, and it's funny though, because he didn't have a good game. He's had some interesting games. And he threw three passes in one game. But I don't know if it'd be a surprise team, but I have a feeling if New England made it to the Super Bowl out of the AFC, I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be stunned at this point in time.
No, I mean, I don't think they will, but I preseason I said that they would go postseason, but I didn't think they'd go far. They've surprised me a lot, New England. I mean, the Bengals I think would be fun, but I actually don't think the Bengals are going to make the playoffs. The surprise package team for me could be the Chargers potentially. Again, I said preseason I thought they were going playoffs, but not deep. I think next year they might make more of a run, but they could be the sort of surprise team because people are not talking about them quite so much as they were maybe earlier on the season.
Do you want to like my real surprise team? I was thinking about this. Do you want my real?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
This team would be a shocker, and this would be like, and I've been talking about this team. I've been talking about this team for 7 weeks now.
Miami
is now 7-7. They are now in third place in division. They are 2 games behind the Patriots and 1 game behind Buffalo. I warned people about their defense for the longest period of time. 7 weeks, Dom. I remember this conversation having with you. 7 weeks. I warned people about this defense. That this defense, if they could figure it out and turn it around, they can get anything out of Tua or their quarterback play. that they could do something special, and they were a dangerous team, and as a team you do not want to play if you had playoff aspirations. But now they are 7-7. They are third in the AFC East, 2 games out of first place.
Yeah, I mean, we argued, or not argued, debated early on. We both had the Bills winning that, and it was about Pats or Dolphins. Potentially, the Bills might miss out. I don't think they will. I think the Dolphins might. They're either slip in as a 7th seed or will just miss out. But you were high on them preseason as well. You said that they would be a really good team.
I said they were going to win the division preseason.
Did you? I thought you had. I thought we both had the Bills, and you had them straight behind.
No, I did have the Bills, but I said I would not be surprised if Miami won the division.
Yeah, that's probably about right. But yeah, I mean, that's been. We said it would be a competitive division. It didn't look like it early on, but it's proved to be. But I if the Bengals make it, they could surprise a few. But I just think they miss out. But wow, have they had a good season? But yeah, it's just. That Jacksonville, that was for me, that was such a magical run, and as I hadn't actually thought about anything and forgot about that, which is my one job.
How could you? It's your one job.
My one job.
Your one. Well, you actually have 2 jobs: showing up on time.
And that I do.
And you came early today. You did. That's what she said. But this is your final. This is your final thoughts. I like this comment. How do you do a rebuttal video at 10:30 or 11:45 a.m.? Because I do rebuttal videos on videos that haven't even come out yet. That's how good I am. It's like, I don't know. It's not ESP. What is it? What happens when you can see into the future? What is that called? Or is it just called seeing into the future?
The Oracle?
I'm the Oracle. Oh, I like that. Is that like a Middle Earth thing?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, what the hell do I know?
I don't think so. The
new Resident Evil movie is out. And I know it's a big segue, but I wanted to see the new Resident Evil Raccoon City. I'm only saying that because it just popped up on my screen that I could rent it for $19.99, and I wanted to see that movie. And I don't go to the movie theaters because there's people there.
You're not big on people.
I don't like people. I don't lie about it. I don't really like people. I'm not a big fan of you. I still hang out.
I know. I'm not a big fan of me either, but here we are.
I always tell people, and that's why people are like, why don't you ever call me? Why do you always text me? So I'm like, because I really don't like you that much to call you. I'll text you.
Last time you called me was to ask me about British bacon, for Christ's sake.
Because I like you. So I called you. And no one in the butcher shop understood why you didn't know what British bacon was.
Because over here it's bacon.
I told that story in the last stream that we were at some friends with Chinese food, and he goes to my friend who lives in China. He goes, well, what do you guys call Chinese food in China? He goes, I call it dinner. I was like, makes sense. Let's grab a couple of these and then head out of here. Bengals actually have a real quarterback, and their defense is not horrible, and that's true. I would say I don't think Cincinnati is going to make the playoffs, but it's called a time machine. Thank you, Dom. Thank you, Mike Lee. It's a time machine.
Well, there you go. What more could you ask for? By the way, you skipped over a great question earlier. Higher need, offensive line or edge? Yeah, I know.
That's like asking me, do you either need food or water? You kind of need both. But I think you can only live for 3 days without water.
If you ate cucumber, it's like 90% water. You might be all right.
You get stuck on a cactus too. That's still, I guess, eating and drinking because they retain water. Ooh. Wow. I am going to have to go edge.
Oh, I was going to go the other way. Go on.
That's what she said. I got to go edge because of the fact that we have no defensive presence on the edge whatsoever. And off tackle left, off tackle right, off tackle left. You can find an offensive lineman later in the draft that hopefully will pan out, and you can find, and like I said, if you go with more of a run scheme, that you could probably get away with that, but you can't get away with not having some type of defensive presence on the edge. Look at Parsons.
Yeah, I mean, you've interpreted the question slightly more differently to me. So I think if you're drafting first round, you might go the edge first. But I would have tried to fix it. I've read it as which one would you go and try and fix slightly first, and I would have tried to fix the offensive line and hope you could sort of.
We've been fixing the offensive line for years.
Yeah, we have. We've done a bang up job. But yeah, I mean, so I was looking at, I would have gone to try and fix the offensive line rather than the edge. But if you're asking for first round, I think the edge, I think the talent on the edge drops off more significantly the later in the draft you go. But I interpret the question as which one would you fix, and I would try and fix the offensive line first in the hope you could scheme a bit of a rush in the short term. But it's a big if.
Very good movie. Storyline is well put together. Watch the end credits. A surprise.
So
Jeffrey, you know what? You know what's funny? I already know about the end credits. I'm not gonna, and there's people are dropping off like flies. I only have 23 people in the room. Because who don't want to see me talk about it? Resident Evil. I saw someone sent me a link from YouTube about the end credits, which is kind of why I want to see the movie.
I'm not a big fan of that genre, but I'm laughing because I misread where it says at Tim Story and thought someone had written Toy Story. And I was like,
oh my goodness. Well, now I know what I'm doing on this fine cold winter evening. I'm watching Resident Evil Return to Raccoon City.
Only $19.99.
It is $19.99 to rent it though. And it's only rental for 24 hours. So I could get my wife to watch it with me. This is online big deal, but she doesn't like horror movies. This is how much my wife loved me and still loves me. This is how much.
Oh, this should be good.
Dom, you can just pick any movie, any type of genre. What do you think the first movie my wife and I went to see was? Very first movie that we went to see together.
I'm hoping it's not something that we were discussing earlier about where we were coming up with names for.
No, it's not from Poppycockers.
It's not a blue movie.
It's not a blue movie.
I mean, it should be something like a rom-com or something like that, but it's definitely not going to be. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to go horror, but it won't be that. But
Yes, it was a horror movie. It was a zombie horror movie. The first time we'd ever gone to a movie, it was a zombie horror movie.
And she married you.
And she married me.
Give that woman a medal.
She got the prize. The booby prize.
I was gonna say.
Oh my God. Booby prize. Strip club name number 7. We're thinking here, Don. We're thinking here. No, it was not Dust to Dawn. It was not Dust to Dawn. It was not Dust to Dawn, but it was it was a very bad horror movie that we went to go see. But you know what, guys? It's almost 6 o'clock. It's almost 11 o'clock Dom's time. We're gonna end it right here. Appreciate everyone coming out. Appreciate everyone dropping by and having fun with this holiday Christmas extravaganza. Dom, I know I always joke with you, but I do appreciate you coming on and being part of the show. And I think we need to figure this out. No, it was not World War Z. Dom, do you have, I'll talk to you before Christmas and during after Christmas and all that. But Dom, you're probably not going to jump on the stream until, next week. Do you have any Christmas wishes or holiday wishes or anything you would like to say to the people that are left?
No, I do. No, thanks again. Look, always good.
I was bored with that. And he's giving me the finger.
The arm went up.
You were on the naughty list.
Yeah. It's no. Always good fun. Season's greetings to all those that celebrate Christmas. Have a good one, and for those that don't, enjoy your weekends when it comes. But yeah, no. Look, happy Christmas. Hopefully see some of you guys soon next week. Maybe, I don't know. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, no. Have a good one. Thanks again. It's been great fun. Great questions. As always, and yeah, loads of fun.
Jeffrey likes when I cut you off. Jeffrey likes it. And happy holidays to James, and happy holidays to Jeffrey and the sports critic and Mike Lee and Zachary and everyone else that has stayed to the bitter end. And we appreciate it. And I appreciate you. And I actually appreciate Dom. And I always like to thank him for coming on because he doesn't have to deal with my crap. But he does that so graciously. And he is the perfect English gentleman. And you know what, guys, just have yourself a happy, safe holiday. I will have some videos coming out. Probably won't be doing any streams until Sunday during the game time because family stuff. But again, you guys make the channel roll. You do what you need. You give us the inspiration to continue this. And for Dom and Tim, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. But we will see you before then. And like I said, guys, again, thank you, and we are out.